My name is lonald wishom II. My address is 4209 Porter Avenue. My phone number is area code 925-437-0411. My email address is lonaldwishom@yahoo.com. So first thing I think, I'm applying for the Man of the Year award. Taboo Talks is something that I started up just to help people understand each other. I'm the African American student senator, and instead of just doing a dance or something like that that was going to be fun, I want to do something that was really going to be meaningful and have some depth to it. So I put together this whole idea of Taboo Talks. We call it Taboo Talks because it's embracing things that are uncomfortable to talk about. But I think that the only way that we can ever reach a place in society where we're at a good spot is through talking about these things and being able to have a good dialogue back and forth and understand where people are coming from. So this one was the one that was in February. You can see that. This was the one that was in January. It's about affirmative action. So I think that it's just been a really good program because people are coming up to me saying, hey, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. And I think that that's something that's really powerful here because it's like that's what you do it. You know what I mean? You do it to help educate people and show both sides of something. You can see, like I said, I'm in Student Senate. Weaver Cares program is something that the student senators from last year did a great job in starting, help out with kids that are having trouble eating. They go to our school. I made these hats. The whole idea behind the hats is possibility to infinite. If you can find where other people are coming from, if you can take time to listen to people, you don't always have to agree with them, but just listening to them and hearing where they're coming from goes a long way a lot of times. So the idea behind the hats is that, and the proceeds for the hats are all going to Weaver State. The Weaver Cares program, because we've been having struggle getting money in that. I'm a member of BSU NAACP Africans Without Borders. I'm also involved heavily with the Latino Student Union, Hispanic Area Council, the Planned Parenthood Club, and even though I'm not a member of any of these groups, as far as just like, oh, I'm not Hispanic, so why am I going to this? Well, you're not gay, so why do you go to the gay clubs? You're not Chinese, so why do you go to the Chinese club? But like I said, it's like you have to understand where everybody's coming from. I also just became the diversity vice president, and I think that that's really important to understand where people are coming from. So that's why I go to this different stuff, so I can really understand what are the problems that Hispanic students face, what are the problems that African students face, what are the problems that gay students face, what are the problems that LDS students face. All this type of stuff is Chinese students, Middle Eastern students, all that stuff is a really big deal to me. So in addition to doing that, I also volunteer at Highlands Junior High. It's helped me understand some of the problems that kids are having. It's just a really good experience to be able to help kids out and show them and encourage them because they give up on these kids like at the age of like 12 and 13. It's kind of sad, but I think that me being there is something that I take pride in. And I say, you know what, I'm doing my job and I'm learning how to try to do it on a larger scale one day. That's what I really want to do. So I'd say one of the things that's unique to me is my ability to relate to other people and put myself in their position. So even like with the affirmative action thing, people are like, oh, I'm white, I don't care about affirmative action. And it's like, well, here's why you should. Because if we make the society better as a whole, then you're going to be happier as an individual. So, I mean, when you help out other people, you're helping them out, true, and that's a good thing, but you're also helping yourself. So my whole goal is to spread the message of understanding other people and listening to other people, because you might not have to agree with somebody, but if you listen to them, that goes a long way. For example, Weaver State, and so how Weaver State helped me do this? They've done this by giving me that stage, this Taboo Talks thing, and also giving me the tools. Some of the professors have done a great job teaching me this stuff and shaping, helping me form my views. Also, in another way, when I first came here from California, people were telling me, oh, Mormons are crazy, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And now, 4 years later, some of my best friends are Mormon. And even though I still have my own beliefs, just understanding where they're coming from, it's like you take people and listen to them as themselves, as opposed to generalizing and stereotyping them, and it makes you it forces you to say, hey, I understand where this person's coming from. And it forces you to view them as people as opposed to objects, and it's way harder to hurt somebody if you see yourself in them. If you see the humanity in somebody, it's harder to hurt them or hate them or anything like that. My GPA last semester was 3.6. I did that while I was doing football, volunteer work, and student senate, so I'm proud of that. Right now I have good solid grades. And the legacy I want to leave at Weaver State is the whole understanding. That's my whole philosophy. Understand each other, understand where people are coming from, hear people out. If you do that, I really think that we can change the world. I think we can change Weaver State. I think we can change Utah for the better. I'm not saying it's awful, but everything can always improve. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this. I'm honored to be a nominee. There's so many people that are deserving of this award, and just for me, being nominated is a really big thing. There's so many men of the year in Weaver, and I think that we've done a great job in putting the we in Weaver this year. So I'm just going to leave you guys. I know I'm going a little bit over. I'm going to leave you guys with the whole thing, possibilities are infinite. You know what I mean? We can change the world. We got to be the change that we want to see in the world, and that's my whole thing that I'm trying to live by. And that's something that the Crest Awards is all about, is excellence and greatness, and you guys are doing a great job with this program. So thank you, and take care. Bye.